Now, before I get 9,000 stinky Redditors updating this video before I've even started explaining, let me get into things first, okay? Then you can make your decisions, okay? I don't want to say thank you for the gold, kind stranger, quite yet. However, my opinion is leaning rather in that direction. You'll see what I mean. So, a lot of you might have heard already, but there's this huge scandal with this woman who was delivering DoorDash to someone's house. Now, the story officially goes like this. It is very cold out at this time, and it is a no-contact delivery, a contactless delivery, which just means take it, you place it at the doorstep, and you leave. You do not knock, you notify it on the app. I think you could knock, but I'm not quite sure how it is done exactly on DoorDash. I know from my experience in China, what they will do for contactless delivery is they will just send you a message or call you saying, hey, it's here. And then they just leave. They usually call me while they're on their fucking motorcycle on the way out from my building. And there's always something wrong. But that's not the main point, right? Contactless delivery. I will now explain from both sides how the story goes. The woman is claiming that the door was completely wide open and the victim, who I will call the victim because in the court case I am referencing, he is the victim and she's being accused of 2 felonies. Which is, spreading naked pictures of him and defamation over TikTok. I think we can all agree here that she did wrong. Like, there were definitely better ways you could have handled this, right? And the man, or victim in this case, and also the offender in her case, no, I'm gonna say man and woman. I give up. I give up. The man was laying there with his shit exposed. Now you might be saying, that's strange. However, he does low-key have the right to be exposed in his own home. He doesn't have the right to expose himself to others. Which, this just sets up a very weird, never-before-seen situation in law, I guess, where someone is getting someone to go to their house and indecently exposing himself in his own house to someone else. Maybe this has happened before. No, what? I'm gonna actually ChatGPT this real quick, just to see if there's legal precedent for this. Okay, there does seem to be legal precedent for this. Wisniewski versus the state of Maryland. This guy exposed himself in his own house with a view to the public where it was just treated as public indecent exposure. However, also, it all comes together a bit because the man is also claiming that his door wasn't wide open like she claims, and also from what is being said in some of these different articles I'm reading, there seems to be some evidence, at least, on his Ring doorbell camera, because he also had cameras surveilling this, that she pushed the door open better to get a good shot of the guy. All in all, I can't really fault the girl for acting that way, but again, she just committed 2 felonies, You can't be mad, but it's at the end of the day, a felony is still a felony. It is wrong, and she faces up to 4 years in jail for both counts. But yeah, there was no other really important news that I saw today, so I just thought, might as well give a quick update on what's happening right now. She is currently not in custody. She does have a hearing on the 5th of December, so maybe I'll do an update on the 5th. We'll see. On the guy's side, actually, surprisingly, I haven't heard anything. Because I feel like she could also just make a counterclaim. Maybe I just haven't seen the right news sources for her claims against him, but I've only seen the claims against her so far, which I think is rather interesting because I think she has just as much of a right to a trial here as he does. They're both offenders, honestly. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really want to give an opinion on which one I believe because there simply isn't enough information. I just wanted to point out the information that we have right now and how the situation is looking right now, which is that both are equally stupid. And something I also found very, very strange is in a lot of these TikTok comment sections, you will see people saying, oh, I saw a video of her opening the door. Where did you see these videos? This is something I found very strange, and I really not sure if it was like botting from his legal team or something, but there is no evidence whatsoever that is public as of this moment that shows her opening the door. The only evidence we have is hearsay of someone saying that evidence admitted to court is of his Ring doorbell where she pushes the door open to get a better shot. That's like so far away from actual I can't speak. God has struck me down. From actual evidence that it is kind of surprising and scary that so many people are parroting the same narrative that they've seen the video of him opening the door, which to my knowledge does not exist anywhere on the internet. I'll do one quick search. I've never searched with ChatGPT before because I thought that'd just be so dumb, but it's worth a try. Just to be 100% sure. Yeah, even ChatGPT is coming up pretty empty-handed here. There are some news articles from like decently verifiable sources that are quoting it, but again, there's no evidence, there's no facts. It's just a lot of speculation. And yeah, I'm just interested to see where this ends up going, and if she ever actually files a countersuit. As always, though, see ya.